hear a car, but I don't see a car. It's backing up. So this is basically a Sunday drive in Santa Monica, and bored, and so I'm driving around before I go grocery shopping. And it's I don't know, I think it's because of President's Day. Traffic is way heavier than I thought it would be, so I'm not sure what to make of that. If I'm really gonna go as far as I want to go, if this traffic is gonna be like what I think it's gonna be. Oops. Aim this up and face the ocean. I mean, for a Sunday, it's not too bad. I'm listening to Fox News for kicks. I know I can't listen to them for information, so I like to listen to Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham and all those people just being hateful and weird. And then you kind of hear their viewers all using the same kind of vocabulary and phrasing and all that stuff. So it's interesting to listen to them basically make stuff up, which is why they're being sued. Oh, this guy is blocking me. I'll live. As long as I have the light. Okay. So this is Santa Monica. I'm near Casa del Mar. For those of you that know, up ahead is the Viceroy Hotel. Oh, somebody's behind me, of course. Which is Pico and Ocean Avenue. The only way out of here is to pull in and turn around. Then we have a nice ocean view that most people don't see. This part of Ocean Avenue usually isn't where people go, or they find it by mistake, maybe. Okay, he's the one. Jesus Christ! Fuck you! Watch, you're gonna see me in action in a few minutes. I have no problem, no problem that somebody's gonna get funky with me. That could have been a situation. Fucking with me more, there would be problems. What kind of problems? Well, he might think more about doing that to the next person. Because it wasn't going to be pleasant. Okay. I know some people hate confrontation, and then some of us grew up with it, so we don't mind it. In fact, it makes us feel more alive, and that's not why I do that. But at the same time, I'm never going to back down from a person like that who's obviously doing something wrong. Never. Kiss my ass. Okay, so now we're along Ocean Avenue. It's busy. What's going on? There's tents all over the place. Shoot, I don't have my parking pass for the beach. There's some huge event going on. I would love to see if I can pull in here for free and just circle around. Let me try that. Good, I'm glad they did that. Some of these signs are like, don't turn here, and it's like, you can tell it's traffic control. Can't get it. They ain't gonna happen. There's a lot of people over there. It's so... I've had many, many years without no more holidays off. So it's really weird at my age to see how people have been living all these years while I've been working. Getting holiday pay, but not really given the option. Because my boss took all the days off and he had no guilt about doing that at all. In fact, after 20 years, he had no guilt about doing it. So that's why I left. Piece of shit. Fucker. Okay, now what is this one doing? Jesus Christ, this motherfucker. You're supposed to read your damn minds? I know I'm not going to get a parking space. Get me out of here. I'm glad I got out today. In fact, the reason I don't have views is because it's oh God, I'm gassy. President's Day. Stupid. Making a movie at the crosswalk, really? Jesus Christ. Just... Yeah, what about the person who's not making the movie and they get hit by a car because you two fools are trying to dominate the intersection during a busy Sunday afternoon? Stupid. See, I said, hey, you know, you can go. And he's like, no, you go. And I say, okay. Let's see what they're saying.
Don't wait. Get the relief.
It's a commercial. Yes, this is what it's come down to these days since I don't travel. I'm going to be traveling soon to keep my sanity. And I promise to take you along with me if you become a follower and click on the subscribe button. Ah! Okay. No, what was that? Now I'm turning left on Main Street from Bernard Way, and for those of my fans, the emails and messages, and I love it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're joining me on my first visit live to YouTube. And I'd like to just welcome you aboard. Okay. This is Main Street, which on a Sunday is usually slow. Oh, wait, here's some fans. Autographs later. Autographs later. I'm so glad they were understanding. Yellow line driving? No problem. No problem. Actually, turn in front of me. Yeah, turn in front of me. Why not? Seems to be the thing. It's a little chilly here. It is chilly here. Now it's it's still 62 degrees. Yeah, it's kind of chilly for this area. For these type of people. These Californians. I don't know if they're from here though. When people are riding in a group, usually they're not somebody from here because they're riding in a group. Don't ask me how I know it, but most people who live here don't ride in a group. You're on your own. I've done it. Until 2 of my bikes got stolen, and now I'm bitter as AF.
May have tried to kill himself is going to have any impact on the jury at all, and do you agree with the judge letting the jury hear about it?
So you read my mind, Trey, because I have 2 problems with the defendant talk prior to getting charged with any crime. But number 2,
I've been kind of following the Murdoch case. The guy who, the attorney, criminal attorney, he probably knows how to cover every step, killed his wife and his son. A successful attorney apparently had a drug habit where he was spending $5,000 a day. It was something crazy. It was like, who didn't see a murder coming on at that point? I mean, the guy looks crazy to begin with, and he sounds a little off. I think he had a lot of benefits and head starts, and took advantage of them, and then proceeded to be the crazy person that he is. You know, he's intelligent. A lot of crazy people are intelligent, so that's nothing new. Yeah. So, once again, this is Main Street headed in Santa Monica, headed north to the downtown area, which I'm going to make myself drive through because I am not... Ocean Avenue is packed. And it's President's Day weekend. I think that has something to do with it. Now it's 63 degrees. I don't know. It's nice weather. I like it like this. Brisk and cool, and I don't know. I want to be like a dog and rub my fur into the frost on the ground. Oh, baby. So straight ahead, let me see if we're going towards the Rand Institute, like a think tank place. And by City Hall.
I think a lot of that is what I'm calling kitchen sink prosecution. You know, the prosecution had a problem from the get-go in this case, and that is little to no direct evidence. They had a very, very much a circumstantial case. So they have included a lot of extraneous stuff to try to prove that Alex Murdaugh is a bad guy. And look, and I get that. But
Fox is sticking up for Alex Murdaugh?
Evidence and the other extraneous stuff was really only going to confuse the jury. The jury wants to know.
Oh my God.
They want to know, number one, why? What is the actual motivation for somebody to kill not just 2 other people, just 2 random people, his wife and his kid? And every time when I'm speaking to people outside of the courtroom, for example, lay people, they don't think the motive that the prosecution has presented is strong enough. This whole, you know, well, he wanted to distract from his own financial unraveling. A lot of people are saying that's not enough. And if you don't have a why, Trey, as you know, as a
I think he was strung out on drugs.
You're really going to have a problem convincing a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that he did this. Plus, we literally, no pun intended, do not have a smoking gun. They look at all the things the prosecution does not have. They don't have the murder weapon. They don't have a good why.
Because he
And
was
they
an
never
attorney.
explore other
He was a
potential
criminal
third parties.
attorney.
That's gonna be
He
the
knew how
downfall.
to get around all that stuff. She better not be sticking up for him.
We shall see, and I will have you back. I will have you back, and you and I will
God.
discuss
And now
a
look
verdict.
what
We
you're
may
doing.
have one by this time next Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us. If convicted, Alex Murdaugh will serve his sentence in the South Carolina Department of Corrections. Running a prison system is a hard job, and now prison officials...
What's kind of cool is that in Southern California, I mean, I'm going to turn them off for now because that's what I do. The trees are turning from spring or winter to spring already. So for those of you who are in places that, you know, have the change of the seasons, it's coming, obviously. It's coming here now, though. But I noticed, like I said, a big, huge dome of polar air, Arctic air, is right over Canada, ready to pounce down. So there's going to be a warm spell coming up. For that, it's what is it? February 20th, I think. And then it's going to go for like a week or so, and then it's going to turn into a super polar Arctic situation. And I don't think anybody knows when that's going to end. Obviously it will, but yeah, that's coming down the tubes. So for those of you who are listening and a valued part of my viewership, I'm giving you tips like that so you can prepare, especially if you're in the Great Lakes area, which is my home turf. And yeah, that whole part of the world, actually, the Great Lakes, the upper Midwest, you know, Minnesota, Minneapolis, Chicago, lots of people are affected. But that doesn't mean I'm not aware of what's going on everywhere else and cognizant, but yeah, that's gonna happen. And I don't like call my family and put pictures online and go, oh, you know, I know you're freezing your ass off. But quite frankly, a lot of Michigan people do that to themselves, because there's a ton of people that are snowbirds that are starting to post their pictures. My mom's cousin is one, a high school graduate person is another. They're all posting pictures of themselves in Florida right now. They're on the beach. And then some of them went to Puerto Vallarta for a wedding. Some of my relatives. So it's like they're doing all that, and it's just like very showy and stuff like that. And it's like, it is what it is, but they're just, my point being is, it seems like those who can get out, and those who don't get out, don't get out. This looks like my cousin. He's a white dude. He looks just like my cousin. Wow. My second cousin. I don't think that's him, though. I would hope he would tell me he's coming down here. They live in San Francisco area. Oakland, actually. Oh, God. My arm's killing me because I fractured it. So I should be driving with one arm. I can drive with two arms or one arm anytime. I have to. Okay, they're turning. Wow. You know what? I do drive around sometimes. I've never seen traffic. This to me is like, okay, this is what your summer's going to be like if you try to go downtown in Santa Monica. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, man. Not that I come down here for anything. This actually suits me to take a scooter or an electric bike down here. I still don't have any viewers. But people will watch this later. Whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. That's not my focus. My focus is just to make the shit work. Right now, I'm just shocked. We're not there yet, people. It's not warm. It's 63 degrees. I guess this is warm to other people. You'll see Southern Californians here when it's 63 degrees. They're in a fleece jacket or totally with a scarf around their neck and Eskimo boots. They are geared up for the next blizzard, which we're never going to have. But when it's like 50 below 60 degrees, people who are native here are just like all bundled up like it's the last day of the world and stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it. But this isn't that. And then I guess, I don't know, I've lost touch. I've gotten so used to here. I don't know if 62 is such a big deal, because this is just insane. Like, see, if I get her out here. I'm just amazed. Oh my God. This. Oh! Ah! That's a Bentley SUV in front of me that's like having such a hard time navigating. Uh-oh, here she is. Oh, that's so sad. There's a homeless woman who just walked by and it just doesn't look right. It's so sad. She does looks like she's like really out of it, but she's not on drugs and she just looks like she's mentally ill and that's sad. I don't know the way it affected me so much because she looked like she could be half together. That was very not good for me to see, actually. It disturbed me. Oh my God, what the hell? Winter's over. Winter's over with this kind of shit. So this is how locals figure it out. Okay. So now I'm down here. And I'm dealing with for Sunday. Oh my God, there's so much to watch, keep track of. Because we allow people to do the X. You can crisscross an intersection. God, it's like a car show today. So I used to work at the place that is coming up on the left. On the left. Big tall building. But after COVID, they let me go. And then I waited for them to call me back, and they never did. And then I got another job. With huge benefits. Like everything. As in everything. What is wrong, motherfuckers? To the right is a huge historical hotel called the Sovereign, which is now a just like a landmark, but they charge market rate prices. So it's a landmark and signage only. It's not, oh, it's a landmark. They can't knock it down and put something new there, which they want to do so badly. In fact, I'm going to go buy a neighborhood that, no, I'm not. I'm bored with that. Nobody's watching. I'm doing this whole thing and nobody's watching. So it's like, why? I'm going through such a beautiful territory right now. Visually, nobody's watching. Because I guess people don't have a reason unless you let them know what you're doing. Not that I'm going to do this all the time. And that's the thing. I'm not going to become a power line user or anything like that. It's not my interest. But it's fun if I have interaction. I'm not having interaction. I demand that I have an You must love me. Care. I've got enough things on my plate in life. That are going to change things. Like interaction is not going to change things. I don't think, to the degree, based on what I'm seeing out there. So this is my slummy neighborhood that I live in. Just in case any of my relatives want to go, hey, I had a relative. I'm Latino and white. So I had one of my extended white relatives ask me what South Central was like because they just assumed that this is my neighborhood. Motherfucker, like, he's a big shot in Michigan, but he's a small shot here. In other words, if his dick was like 8 inches in Michigan, it's 2 inches here. Let's put it that. I'm going to put it in a way he would understand, because I'm sure he's a Trumper as well. What a fucked up fool. I kind of let him know that, though. I don't know if you can tell. I don't have tolerance for that kind of shit. He pissed me off. He's a racist piece of shit. Where are you living at? Fuck you. And where he's at, he's a bank executive. So it's not like, I don't know, man. The fact that he's white and he's out here and started visiting very, very people that are close to my heart. And I found out he was with part of the picture, kind of, sorta. I would have never wanted to talk to this fucker. Piece of shit. I was just so unbelievably. I didn't want to ruin a family moment because of him, but that's how these people are. They're so disrespectful that it's like, you're going to try to take my dignity away in one setting? Fuck you. That's exactly what he tried to do. But no. I'm not having it. I'm never going to have it. In front of anybody. That's not the point. It's not a showstopper. It's not something you do for ratings. It's not something you do because, oh, this is like, wait until I tell other people. No. That's a matter of principle. Oh my God. I'm not getting to any big lines today. It's beautiful though. Look at that. Oops. Let me pull out. Look how pretty that is. There is a Ralph's in Pacific Palisades that I really like. I know that sounds very, like, put on, but it's not. There's a Ralph's in Palisades that I like a lot. I'm going there to get my fucking groceries. So fuck if you don't like it. I mean, I don't know what to tell people. It's like really weird because I have family that, I don't know, doesn't interact with me, and I think it's because of this kind of stuff. I think I'm trying to live something fancy. Or I had coworkers that tell me, oh, you go online and you try to present a life you don't have. It's like, I don't know what to tell you people. It's not all peaches and cream, but I gotta live my life. And it's like, here's where I live it. Do you have instructions on maybe how I can do it better? By all means, let me know. This is where I go shopping. And I do this because it's actually shorter. I live in North Santa Monica. It's shorter for me to get over here than if I went to Venice. It's like nothing time-wise. And I need everything. Sucks. I never knew how much I ate until I started cooking at home and I didn't have a cafeteria to do all my lunches and dinners and sometimes breakfast. Now I'm doing all of it. It's like, oh my God, garbage than I've ever had. And I'm very conscientious of that. I'm not a person that wants to keep garbage going. And I try to recycle, but Jesus Christ. I mean, I have so much crap. Okay, let's
time to time or even often. So this is what this prosecutor is trying to do with Donald Trump. Now, what am I talking about? According to this news story, it was leaked to them. This Jack Smith, the special counsel, has gone to a federal judge who was appointed by Barack Obama.
Oh, God.
To say this privilege that Donald Trump is using, that the lawyer is using, we've called this lawyer in before, Evan Cochran, and he's claimed attorney-client privilege. This privilege is simply being asserted to cover up that burned in the Edwards trial. And so he's figuring, let me get ahead of the curve and let me get access to what this lawyer, Cochran, and
Trump has been obstructionist his entire life. All you have to do is read The Art of the Deal. If you can't bring yourself to do it, let me tell you, as somebody who's read that, that is his strategy. He made it very clear. And obviously these other people don't want to look at that or acknowledge the fact that that is exactly what he said he did as a deflection from any lawsuit to his company.
And jury that represent Donald Trump in the documents case.
Idiot.
Two of them have already testified, and Mr. Corcoran is one of his lead lawyers, a former federal prosecutor himself. He has asserted attorney-client privilege. And so what Mr. Smith is trying to do is break that down and get a left-wing judge who's ruled against Donald Trump on every single privilege claim Donald Trump has made in federal district court in Washington, D.C., to do exactly the same. So Donald Trump won't be able to defend himself. Now, that's appalling. And that's the problem. What else about this prosecutor do we know? When he was head of the public integrity section, he oversaw the prosecution of former Virginia governor, Republican, Bob McDonnell.
Baby, I hope you don't think I was running you down. I would like
governor.
Carry your groceries.
But they used the bribery statute in Virginia, which is quite broad.
Okay, I'm done.
Against Bob McDonnell, saying that he took gifts in exchange for meetings and that sort of thing. And he applied an extremely